We've done a lot of stories on boats this year, and for good reason. Boats are a big part of life and work in Maine.
And there is also something about boats that can inspire dreams. 207's Don Kerrigan is here because he found one of those vessels. Hi, Don.
Absolutely. Dreams can be powerful things, right? They can inspire people to do great things, sometimes disappoint people as well. Dreams can also chart a course for the rest of a person's life. And that is what happened to John and Jan Paul. John Paul is a careful craftsman, a builder and a sailor, a designer, and maybe a dreamer.
I built a 20-foot version of the same thing. Started that when I was in high school and finished it when I was a freshman or sophomore in college.
And with him then, as now, was Jan.
Well, I met John when I was 12.
And he was just 14. She became the boat's namesake.
And he called it the Janet P., which was really hard for me to sell. It felt like I was selling a child. It didn't bother him, but it bothered me.
But over time, there would be this boat, Black Swan, a 50-foot wooden schooner built by John by himself.
I started designing it when I got out of college.
With a degree in naval architecture, he worked for a while designing big tankers for Exxon, then started his own business. Living in New Jersey, raising their family together, and still, he remembers, dreaming about that boat.
We were walking along the street one day and I said, you know, this is probably a crazy idea. I really shouldn't be building a 50-foot boat. And Jan said, no, you absolutely have to build the boat. So, all right, off we went.
They didn't have a place to build it, so first, John built a barn.
So yeah, it took a year and a half to build the barn.
A big barn.
Beautiful. And it's what sold our house.
Yeah. Sold in 2005 when they decided to move to Maine. The kids were grown, but the biggest child, the Black Swan, was still very much at home.
If we were moving to Maine, the boat was moving to Maine.
They had to hire a trucker from Chicago to haul the hull from New Jersey to East Boothbay to Ocean Point Marina, on the other side of the river from their new home. And it's here that their dream has continued its long journey to eventually reach the sea.
I was thinking, well, 10 years, well, maybe 15 at the outset. So, you know, I'm now 35 years behind schedule.
That's right. He's been building this boat for more than 40 years. You have had these lawn ornaments for a few years.
Yes, and everybody that comes down here thinks they're pipes of some sort. What are the pipes? And we said, no, they're masts.
And Jan is on the voyage right there with him, tolerating the 80-foot masts sitting beside the house, encouraging, supporting. She says she is the cheerleader. What does it mean to you to have this project and have this happening?
It's exciting. It's very exciting, and it's something John loves, and I love it too. I love him, so I love it too.
The hull and deck of the Black Swan are basically done. Her glossy black paint hidden at some points by sawdust. The engine is installed, the hatch is built and in place. The work now is below decks, the elegant woodworking he's crafting to make the Swan exquisite.
At least you can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
It's really so beautifully done inside.
Finish work is always slow and precise, and while John downplays that precision, it is meticulous. He thinks it might take another 3 years to complete, but says, much as he wants to go sailing, he's not getting impatient.
Every once in a while, somebody will come to me and say, gee, I'm thinking I would like to build a boat. And I say, really? And I say, look, unless you just passionately love doing the work, go out and buy a boat. Because it's just, if your aim is to own a boat and go sailing on the boat, there's no way you'll ever finish it.
Yeah, you have to have a passion for building.
So I had to ask the question. Will Black Swan be finished?
Before I die? Is that what you're
asking? I guess.
Oh, God! We hope so.
Well, it's getting close.
They are eager to sail, And even though the schooner is big and strong enough to sail around the world, John has a shorter trip in mind, across the river.
Well, right at the moment, my plans are to sail to Coveside, have a drink, turn around, sail back here, and have a party. So that's the extent of the, yeah.
Everything else is ready. Their dock, the mooring in the river, but precision takes time. John and Jan say, if you don't have passion for the work, the boat will never be finished. No chance of that. There's still work to be done, but after sharing the dream for half a century, they know Black Swan will sail.
I hope to be there when she does. It's taken a long time, but John has always worked a day job and still does. He and a business partner have an industrial company, but it is remarkable. It's the only word I can pick for it. The quality of his work and their commitment to this project, to each other, it's impressive.
I loved listening to him work on the wood. Oh,
Yeah.
so nice.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.